Hello, powerful people. Welcome to Manifest with Sierra. My name is Sierra, and today I'm going to be talking about how I manifested getting Bell's palsy. Now, I know most people usually talk about manifesting the good things that we want in life: SP, money, car, house, a job, but we manifest the good with the bad. So I'm going to talk about how I manifested getting Bell's palsy, and so that you guys can be aware not to do the same thing. The day I went in to have my third child, it was a scheduled C-section. That day I kind of just went in with this nervous energy for some reason. Now, I had a C-section before, so it wasn't like I was new to it, but this time around, I just could not shake this feeling. So the nurses, they tried to put my IV in. They couldn't. They just kept poking me. Eventually ended up giving me a huge hematoma on my hand. They had to go get another nurse who was good at doing IV, so they had to go get somebody else, and she was able to get it. Then after that, they did the other pre-op stuff for before the surgery. And then when I went into the operating room, the anesthesiologist was trying to put my epidural in, and he kept poking me. He just kept poking me, couldn't get it. He kept telling me, bend over, and when you got a big belly, it's hard to bend over. So I was doing the best that I could. But he kept trying to poke me. He couldn't get it. And finally, he had to just give up, and they had to put me under. So it was just very traumatizing. So I woke up from the C-section, asked about my baby, of course, still drugged up. They took me back to my room, and I was in so much pain. At first I slept it off. Then when I woke up, every time the doctors or my family would ask me how everything was going or how everything went or how I was doing, I just would tell them like, yeah, when I first got here, the nurses, they kept poking me, and I got this big bruise on my hand, and the doctor, he couldn't get my epidural. He kept poking me, and I'm in so much pain, and I just dwelled basically on the negative instead of being grateful for one, making it through the surgery and being alive, because let's be real, some mothers don't, unfortunately. So I should have been grateful for that, being grateful for a healthy baby, a baby that was alive, but instead I dwelled on the negative. Eventually I started having these shooting headaches. And then once I was released from the hospital, which I did not report the shooting headaches. FYI, if you are having these shooting headaches, especially if you're in the hospital, let your nurse know. I did not. I just thought it was a side effect of the medication or, stress, but I didn't let them know. So anyhow, I was discharged from the hospital, went home, was trying to drink out of a straw. I could not. My mouth was just kind of numb. And, obviously when you're trying to drink out of a straw, you're successful when no air comes out of your mouth. So I called my doctor because I started getting nervous. I was asking my significant other, like, is my face droopy or anything, because I noticed my speech was a little slurred. And he was like, no, nothing looks off. I'm like, okay. So call the doctor. I'm telling her, my mouth is numb, my voice is a little slurred. I don't notice any facial droopiness, but something's not right. And she tells me, well, go look in the mirror and see and smile. And so I'm like, okay, and I'm a nurse, so I'm not really thinking nothing of it, I'm not thinking that I had a stroke or anything. But I did what she said. I went and looked in the mirror. I smiled. Well, I tried to smile. I couldn't. I just immediately broke down. That was very very difficult, you know, to see that in the mirror trying to smile, and it's like literally a crooked smile, like my whole mouth was turned to the left. So that was really it was a whole lot of emotions, embarrassing, humiliating, just, you know, even though I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but it was scary. Went in the next day to the doctor's office. She gave me some medicine. Usually they treat it with steroids. You know, there's still not a whole lot that doctors really know about Bell's palsy, but it is what it is. I don't want to make this story too long, but the whole point that I'm trying to make is when you're in a situation, always look for the positive. You know, don't dwell on the negative, because by me being in the hospital, dwelling on the negative and coming into the surgery that day with this nervous energy, instead of having that energy that everything is going to go right, everything's going to work out for me, you know, the doctor is going to be great, the nurses are going to be great. As an end result, I did, because of the stress of everything, end up getting Bell's palsy. That's my story. That is something that I have thought about revising, which I'm going to do a video on that, but I'm not sure, you know, but if I do, I will let you guys know how that comes about. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I drop new videos, and let me know in the comments below if you feel that you have manifested something because of dwelling in a negative state for too long. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.